Please add your cost to 0 degree and sailing for 10 nautical miles, and then you can.
Chinese warship. May I know why I should alter my course 10 miles from Scarborough Shoal? Is there a Chinese territory?
Ship Captain Noli Iborra stood his ground when a Chinese vessel claiming to be a warship told him to steer his tanker away from Scarborough Shoal last September.
Chinese warship. Why should I alter my course? Is this a Chinese territory? I just passing Innocence Passage in Scarborough, which is as closest to the Philippines.
Despite what he calls harassment by the Chinese vessel, Iborra and his Filipino crew on board the empty green Aura en route to China did not change course. A maritime law expert from the University of the Philippines says China clearly interfered with the vessel's journey as it passed by Scarborough Shoal.
There's no justification for that kind of interference. It is actually a threat to navigation, such kinds of sudden, unannounced, and threatened interference.
But for presidential spokesperson Salvador Panelo, the incident does not concern the country.
In a way, it does not concern us because it's not a Philippine vessel.
Defense Secretary Delfin Lorenzana, for his part, says that since the ship was able to reach its destination safely, there is no need for the incident to be blown out of proportion. But Professor Batong Bakal says keeping silent over the issue means we are accepting China's claim that it owns Scarborough Shoal.
It should be a concern because you have China openly and publicly saying that this area is under their jurisdiction. If you stay silent, it's as if you're accepting now, it's practically turning Scarborough Shoal over to China. Because you're silent. No? That's why a protest is necessary now.
The maritime expert adds that this goes beyond the issue of whether the ship involved is a Philippine vessel or not.
It doesn't matter that it's a Filipino crew. The principle is that the vessel should be able to navigate, exercise its rights of navigation in accordance with law.
In another statement, Foreign Affairs Secretary Terry Boy Locsin Jr. says that making a big deal of the incident could put the livelihoods of Filipino seafarers at risk.
So that should not be a consideration. No? China cannot threaten the Filipino seafaring population, our employment opportunities any more than it already can, no? By virtue of its numbers, by virtue of its ownership of many companies.
Under maritime law, the right to innocent passage means being allowed to pass through the territorial waters of another country as long as it will not affect the peace and order and security of the concerned state. Tristan Udalo, CNN Philippines.